I'm gonna be honest. I feel like a lot of people don't mention the right stuff when it comes to astrology and spirituality. Like, a lot of people will put spirituality into the 8th house or the 12th house, but that is not true. I understand why people associate the 12th house with spirituality, in a sense that the 12th house represents your subconscious mind, it represents your intuition, it represents meditation, isolation, places where a lot of people go to partake in spiritual, intuitive things, but that is not necessarily spirituality. The 9th house is spirituality. The 9th house is the house that represents astrology, larger scale divination, philosophy, religion, all of those things. Another house that I feel like people don't mention is the 3rd house, because the 3rd house is the house of like divination. I would put tarot into the 3rd house. The 3rd house is the house of like magic and witchcraft, the things that people are doing for themselves to change their own reality. But the 4th house, I always mention a lot of times in readings, because when you think about the 4th house, the 4th house represents your roots. It represents your ancestry. It represents your lineage. And the 4th house physically is the deepest, most bottom part of your chart. And a lot of people get their intuitive capabilities from, their family lineage. A lot of people connect with those things from their ancestral practices, from their roots. And also, like, the 4th house represents secrets and hidden things, and a lot of witchcraft and divination and intuitive spiritual things are done in secret, done privately. But yeah, me personally, I always mention the 4th house when it comes to spirituality and psychic intuition and all of those things, because it really should be talked about. Now, I will say, looking at the 4th house alone, no, I'm not automatically going to see somebody with the 4th house placement and think, oh, you're intuitive, or think, oh, you're spiritual. But if somebody has like a 4th house moon, that's a given. If somebody has like a 4th house stellium, that could make sense. If somebody has 4th house placements, specific for 4th house placements, but then they also have other indicators or things in their chart that can pinpoint that, I would say, hell yeah. But yeah, you're totally right. The 4th house gets slept on when it comes to spirituality. I feel like the 3rd house gets slept on when it comes to spirituality. And I feel like a lot of people associate the 8th house with spirituality because of modern astrology tells you that Scorpio is associated with the underworld and the occult and things like that. But no. Like, yes, from the standpoint that the 8th house represents death and the dealings with death and things like that. And if you are into that type of, magic or that type of practice, yes. But all divination, all spiritual things, all type of witchcraft does not fall into the 8th house. I hope that makes sense.